Hello guys! In today's video we'll talk about FNAF 2. This video is a continuation of the first FNAF video. What can I say about this game? It's a beautiful game and the first one I ever bought out of the FNAF games. Today Spid1D5 will join us for this, or my slave, I mean my editor. We'll see the story, ambience, characters, content, map layout, and scoring overall. Without making this longer, let's begin! The story consists of the same. You're a guard that his booty cheeks times 2 get glued by super glue, and there are living furry children that make you become a furry, which is worse than your mother's face when she looks at your report cards and it has F's on it. Instead, now they talk about the 5 missing children. This game is before FNAF 1. They introduced the villain of the story.
Purple Guy!
The game setting is in 1987.
Was that the bite of 87?
Which is an important date for the lore, especially for memes of FNAF. One last thing I forgot to mention, the phone guy talks about the lore, and they introduce minigames to tell the story. Overall, the story gets expanded thanks to this game, and this is when the lore starts getting confusing.
Hello, I am the editor of the channel and I have my own part into the video. He did not let me out of the basement, but he gave me a microphone. Anyways, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 has a fair share of cool animatronics, from new shiny animatronics to just bare endos crawling in vents, just like me whenever I do not edit for longer than 2 minutes. This is a cry for help. Just like the first game, this game has the basic 3 main stage animatronics, but Foxy was turned into a mangled piece of metal and renamed Mangle. Now it looks even more like a clown than before. There are the old animatronics, but they are unrecognizable. They have missing parts and are extremely dirty, just like a teenager. Plus, there are 2 more characters named Balloon Boy, or should I say Pinocchio from Wit, and Puppet. These 2 add unique content to the game. Balloon Boy removes the ability to use the flashlights, leaving you vulnerable. The Puppet adds a music box needed to be kept up, or it leads you to your demise. The old 3 animatronics also have the same unique aspects to the game. They have some unique aspects to the game. Well, mainly Withered Foxy. Withered Foxy cannot be tricked by the mask. The only thing to stop him is getting Flash with the flashlight. But if Balloon Boy took away your lights, then you cannot get rid of Withered Foxy. Mangle works in the same way, but can be tricked by the mask. There's also some side characters that pop up sometimes. One of them is Withered Golden Freddy, which works the same as the first game's Golden Freddy, but he does not crash the game. There's also Shadow Bonnie and Freddy. These characters both crash the game. Most of the animatronic jump scares are based on only jumping over the desk or going up to the camera. Withered Golden Freddy has a neat jump scare in which he charges to you as a floating head. Overall, the characters are amazing, and the jump scares are varied. The ambience in this game is not as scary as the first one, but it is enough to give you shivers. It makes up from that with audio cues for when animatronics get nearby. The sound it plays is like when I'm going to the fridge at midnight. Some of the soundtracks are good, and some are downright creepy. The soundtrack is not the best of the series, but it still gives me chills when I play the game.
The content consists of 5 nights, custom night, and minigames. Night 1 starts with 4 animatronics, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and Toy Freddy, and the Puppet. Night 2 has the same 4 plus more. Balloon Boy, which came out of the Straight Nightmares of Hell, and Withered Foxy. Each night adds more animatronics, which in Night 6 already has 12 animatronics ready to make you a furry. After you complete 6 nights, you get something called Custom Night, where you can make your own nights by controlling the animatronics AI. This game introduces the minigames that later in the other games it will be a key part for the lore. To say the least, the content is expanded in this game, even though it was made in 3 months while the first game was made in 3 years. And it's considered the best FNAF game for the character story and more, which I'm on that same opinion.
The map layout is simple. There are 3 ways to get into the office. One is through a big door in the front, and the other 2 are a vent on either side of the room. Through the front door, there is a long hallway with 4 party rooms that 2 of them have the openings into the vents. Once all the way through the main hall, there is another hall that goes in the opposite direction. To the left is parts and service room, with withered and sometimes shadow animatronics inside. Continuing down the hall are 2 bathrooms to the left, and certain versions a kitchen to the right, and a big door in the front leading to the main stage and party room. The main room houses the toy animatronics and Mangle, who is separated from the group in a room in the back of the party room. Also, around the back of the room is the puppets box and the gift room. The map looks like a big sideways misshaped L.
In conclusion, the game is a 9.4 out of 10 because it expands the FNAF universe, expands the number of characters in the FNAF game, has recognizable characters, and has good soundtrack, ambience, and has varied gameplay. This is a perfect game for tryhards since this game is difficult. This game is my second favorite of FNAF games. It is almost perfect but has some flaws, but either way, this game is a good game I recommend if you like horror games.
If I had to give this game a score, I would say that it's an 8.9 out of 10 because it's better than the first game, but it has some flaws to it that partially ruins it for me. Just the existence of Balloon Boy gives it a score below 9. The character design is amazing in this game, and Withered Chica always gives me the creeps. The only downside is that the toy animatronics are not very scary and ruin the horror aspect for me. Although Mangle is technically a toy animatronic and they are creepy, so I gave it a score of 8.9 out of 10.
Thanks for watching the video, and also thanks for Spid1b5 for joining us in this video. It says here that many of you are not subscribed. If you subscribe, we give you Sonic Butters. So subscribe and like the video. No further ado, see you on the next video.
Can I leave now? I don't want to be in the basement anymore.
No!
Okay.